Hey guys, it's time for the weekly guidance reading. Okay, so we have the divine masculine energies here, the divine feminine energies here. Remember, they are interchangeable. Nobody is always in one energy all the time. Okay, so bear that in mind. I just really get that over the next week, there's still healing that is occurring for both of them to bring about more stability within themselves. Okay. They're still having to open up more things within themselves and examine their hearts a little bit more. For the divine masculine, I'm really getting that this week is about him understanding that in order for him to have the foundation that he's really wanting, he has to step out of the shadows, take the lead in his own life. And he's coming into that awareness that he sat in the shadows too long, that it's time to be dedicated, be determined in leading his life and getting himself where he wants to be. This awareness is beginning to unfold over the next week. Okay, so it is coming in. It is coming in. And it's also about him thinking about what he wants to manifest. Okay, getting out of feeling like he needs to be babied in some type of way, looking for a mother versus a divine feminine. Okay, getting away from that and looking, and then for a lot of them, it's getting rid of any third party situations. Okay, or it's like knowing what he needs to manifest and creating it by having the wholeness within himself. Okay, not looking for someone to baby him or nurture him like a mother. Okay, because he has to be a divine masculine. Okay, a divine masculine does not need nurturing and babied like a mother. Okay, it's not healthy. And it's just not what needs to be happening. Okay, so in order for him to manifest what he truly desires, he has to get out of that, and get away from that and begin to nurture himself when he needs it. And I'm just getting not leaning on people for that. And it's really for him, what I'm really getting for the divine masculine over the next week, it's really about him trusting himself and having faith in himself, believing in himself, getting rid of third parties or people in his life that he's been using for this nurturing, where he's needing a mother versus him standing in his own power to manifest and create. He's having to overcome his insecurities and really rising up into that king energy, okay? And creating what he wants on his own, not afraid of being alone, not afraid of having to do it himself because he doesn't trust in himself or have faith in his own abilities, okay? So he's going to be having to face those insecurities this week of not feeling like he can do it alone. Okay, that he needs this nurturing and pampering, which he doesn't need, which only hinders him, and learning that he needs to give that to himself. It's okay if you have that somewhere sometimes, but he's realizing that in order for him to manifest what he needs, he has to be whole. Okay, so then he has to look at, if he's coming into his wholeness and learning to create for himself and having faith and trust in his own abilities, then who are the people that need to go in his life? Because I'm getting that he's breaking from some codependent patterns, okay, of leaning on someone for nurturing, which is codependency, because he should have that within himself. I'm getting for the feminine that this is really about things ascending to the next level and getting to that place of union. And for her, it's really going to be about her getting in a mental space where she's overcoming these fears of if she's going to be the winner or the loser in the situation. Is she going to come out on top or on the bottom within these situations? And she has a fear about where she's going to land in these situations, and she's overcoming that mentally this week. It's really about her getting to a place mentally that's a lot more stable, where she's a lot more sure of herself than she was before, okay? Where she's free from that whole bondage of, am I going to win or am I going to lose type of energy. I'm getting that it's also about her learning to becoming a little more experienced and starting to move away from immature love, immature expressions of love, you know, where it's all about this magnetic attraction and things like that. And it's not about something more substantial. Like, she's having to get to a place where she's finding more stability within herself spiritually that will move her out of wanting to be in any type of seductive type of energy. She's not here to be a seductress, you know, because it shouldn't require that. You know, she has to get more stable within her own spirituality, within herself spiritually, where she's anchored to herself above anyone else. Because that's where she's gonna be the divine feminine. Okay, the divine feminine is not in that young energy of, seduction or calling out or luring or, being immature and inexperienced emotionally. It needs to come from a balanced place. Okay, and so she's working through that this week, because really the divine feminine, if she doesn't integrate and become that, it's like she's not prepared for going to the next level or for a union, a true union. Okay, so she's having to learn to become the divine feminine. It's funny because we have him as the king of pentacles, and then her as the queen of pentacles. Okay, so this is like that energy, like him having to come into the divine masculine energy by fully trusting himself and having faith in his own abilities, letting go of that immature way of looking for a mother and someone to nurture him, because that's just codependency. That's not divine masculine essence, and the divine feminine would not be giving him that in that way. So he's realizing that. And then for the divine feminine, it's about her coming more into that divine feminine instance where she's able to trust herself and trust her new beginning, free from needing someone to make her trust, union, or trust even making union within herself. Okay, where she can't make union within herself because she's too busy being afraid of coming out as the loser. Okay, the divine feminine is not afraid of losing or being the loser or in looking at things in a win-lose situation. For the true divine feminine, she's always winning because she's always anchored to herself before someone else. Okay, so she's able to gain that peace within herself, and she's not so fearful because she knows she's never alone. She always has herself. So I'm really getting this week, it's about healing that brings about stability for both to begin to really integrate into that divine feminine and divine masculine essence, okay? Because the divine feminine, in order to have true union with the divine masculine, she has to be balanced within herself and her emotions, and she has to know she can't be coming from this young, inexperienced energy of trying to be a mother to a divine masculine. There's nothing divine feminine about nurturing somebody in that way when they're supposed to be nurturing themselves. When you're supposed to be nurturing yourself, that energy you're putting out, you should be giving to yourself. And in order for her to integrate, she has to heal the issues within herself that cause her to do that. And I'm getting that this week is really bringing that healing about for stability. Now, I will say this, guys, for those of you who are struggling with this, because this is integration type of energy that I'm seeing, check out my boot camp. Okay, the 5 hours to True Love Boot Camp, it's close to 6 hours worth of content. The link for it is in the description box below. It will help a lot of you get out of thought patterns and processes and ways of being that prevent you from integrating as a divine feminine or as a divine masculine. And it will help you get this mental clarity, because me seeing here that for the feminine, it's about mental clarity this week. The boot camp is like totally it deals with that whole mental part of it and where you have to shift your mindset if you want to come into union. So seeing that for the feminine, we have like union energies and wedding and coming together, I would highly recommend taking the True Love Boot Camp, because that's what it does. It addresses the physical aspects of what it takes to be in alignment with union, the mental aspects, and the emotional aspects. And it's funny because look here, for the feminine, we have mental, emotional, and physical. So really for her integration, it really is about mental, emotional, and physical. And the True Love Boot Camp deals with all three of those, so it will be highly beneficial. Okay, it would be highly beneficial, and I just truly recommend that. Other than that, guys, and then you can always do a reading with me as well. I recommend soul healing sessions as well. If you've never taken a soul healing session with me, it's an hour, it's live, where I can help you see some of the things, get you clear on ways that you're not integrating and things like that. Okay. Yeah, but the boot camp you can listen to over and over again. You can refer back to it and have that information. Okay, because it is about healing this week to bring about stability. Okay, so there's different ways that you can heal to bring about that stability that gets you in the place for union, because I get that the feminine is supposed to be getting in a place for union this week, balancing out the mental, emotional, and physical. The boot camp will help you do that for sure. Okay. Also, guys, if you've worked with me in the past, please do me a favor and go on to the website and leave a testimonial. You're able to enter in whatever name you want to put in, so it doesn't force you to use your real name or anything like that. Just let the testimonial be honest. It doesn't matter if you use a different name. Just leave testimonials where other people can see what certain services have offered to you, what the boot camp has offered to you, what working with me has offered to you. Okay, so thank you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.